If you want to know how hard the shell of an egg is, if you want to know how hard the shell of an egg is, ask the ant. You're welcome. We're going to continue the tablets, but first of all, a point of correction. Uh, it concerns the last video I made concerning the Quran, and still chapter 4, Surah An-Nisa, section 7, verse 43. Let me try to take that again. I mentioned two or so words without, saying anything about them, as if I just ignored them or they were mentioned for nothing. Let's see. Okay, let me take the whole thing. Ya ayyuhal lazina amanu, la takrabu as-salawati wa antum sukara hatta ta'lamuna ma taquluna wala junuban illa abiri sabilan. Yes, this is where I want to make the correction. This is where I want to make a correction. Abiran sabilan. Until you can understand all that you say. Don't say your prayers. Then it goes, nor in a state of ceremonial impurity, except when you are passing through. This is where I wish to make the correction. Except where you are passing through, except where you are passing by. That's through the mosque. That's if you are in ceremonial impurity, you can't pray. However, if you are compelled to pass through the mosque or by a mosque or through the mosque, well, that is, I think, pardonable. So I mentioned pass by or pass through, and I just left it like that. I think I owe it a right to my viewers to correct that. So the reading actually is Abir Sabilan, unless we are passing through the mosque. Let me take it in English again. All that you see, no, in a state of ceremonial impurity, except when you are passing by, into brackets, through the mosque. You can pray. But if you are, for some reason, you are compelled to pass through the mosque, okay, or by the mosque, like I said, it is acceptable. That's my understanding of it. So, that is it. So for those who follow my video, at least they can go back and then find out. Like I always say, it's very difficult for me. When I try to correct a mistake, I make even more mistakes. And that's why I leave them like that. So please, bear with me. My Nigerian brothers will say, bear with me. Okay, we're now going to the main issue, and that is the tabloid. We finished with hospital maid accidentally kills 12 patients. Then, for better tomorrow, this concerns accidents on our roads. I've always wondered why for better tomorrow. I've always wondered why we have so many accidents during the season of good tidings and great joy. These ironic celebrations of deaths and accidents leave many in fear and anxiety through Christmas. Perhaps, in our case, the angels should rather announce some other message instead of that of good tidings and great joy. Just 2 weeks ago, three precious lives were lost when a taxi cab tried to overtake another vehicle. Indeed, his suicide beat, because that is what such stupid overtaking suggests, yielded fruits. They lost their lives. What a waste of productive human resource. Mm. So I think we can stop there. It's not very strange. And then we do this. Okay, I didn't highlight the picture of the uh, the mother who posed nude in order to help the daughter. This is the mother. This is the mother and daughter. Mhm. Okay, let's go to the next page. Reverend Adakwa AdaM in sex scandal. Okay, it's also a solely Ghanaian affair. Mm. Let me take the first paragraph or two and see. Controversial and tongue-wagging speculations have rocked the garden city of Kumasi since the news on a local FM station stated that the founder and leader of Ebenezer Worship Center had been involved in a serious sex scandal. According to the said report, about four former female members of the church ganged up and accused of, the young man of God of forcibly having sexual affair with them during the period they fellowshipped with them. The most surprising aspect of the story is that even though all the alleged victims admitted undergoing their ordeal between 2 and 3 years ago, none of them could gather the necessary courage then to report Reverend Adakwa's conduct to anyone. As usual, for several days of search, your authoritative PMP finally managed to locate Pastor Adakwa AdaM to throw more on his alleged sexual involvement with the ladies. According to him, nobody approached him with any charge of rape or misconduct until he heard the malicious allegation of rape against him on, on air or at other social gatherings. He said his woes began a few months ago when one K. Konodu, alias Opro, a driver of the Kumasi branch of the Electoral Commission, and had and an active member of his church approached him to request for some money to rent a house. Look at that. So this was a setup. You see why Islam is good. You don't go straight to deal with women. You don't deal with women directly, intimately. They are at the back and they understand it. But even then, it's not uh, we cannot absolve Islam from such activities. You understand me? God who created us knows our nature. He knows how we feel for the opposite sex and tries as much as possible to separate us. Even conversation among us, no, it shouldn't happen because everything starts from lookery. My friend would say lookery, from looks and conversation. You understand me? You don't have much to do with women, you see. So that is why Islam is called a religion of wisdom, and the Quran is called a book of wisdom. Don't mingle with men. You want to mingle with one? Marry one. Take her to your room. Huh? If you like, open her belly and enter. When you finish, close it up. Nobody cares. Hmm? And if she likes, she can open your belly and enter. After that, she can do surgery and close it up. Nobody cares. Hmm? Pardon me for going that far. So we leave the AdaM sex scandal story here. It was a plot to disgrace him because he refused to give them money. Okay, priestess snatches woman's husband. Can you imagine that? Oh yes, that's what I'm saying. For human feeling, only God. Hmm? Maybe she didn't intend it, but let's read. Let's read on. The entire Uleni community of Choko in Accra are in a state of wonder over the action taken by Prophetess Esther Adoli, head priestess of a healing church in the area, against one Batioko Onum, whose husband Nitete Eliasoni Prophetess Esther is alleged to have snatched. I think we did something like this in this video about a prophetess snatching. No, not snatching, but saying she wanted to prophesize on somebody, and then they ended up having sex. Yes, I think so. In this video, you go back 2 or 3 videos, and I think you will find it. So fake people always pose as prophets and prophetesses, but they're just to satisfy their inner desires. So when I say inner, let me put in brackets their inner sexual desires. The inner desires could be sexual. Pardon me. We all human beings, so we have to accept it. So Esther is allowed to have snatched. As if snatching her husband was not enough, Prophetess Esther went ahead to sue Botioko at the Jamestown at the Jamestown Manchester Palace for allegedly defying her and referring to her as a husband snatcher. Angered by the prophetess's behavior, the people in the community who have been discussing the issue all this while have vowed to compose a song. About to compose a song about it. You can trust them, they will do it. Oh my God. So don't do evil. You do evil, people will compose songs about you or cast insinuations. When you are passing, you hear it, but you can't attack. You know that they are referring to you, but you can't do anything. Nigerians will say, yeah, man like you. Okay. According to PNP investigations, Botioko has been married to Nitete, who has been the assistant chief fisherman in Choko for the past 10 years. Information has it that Botioko, it's called Botioko, and her husband have been attending Prophetess Esther's church for some time now, since she had also been praying for Nitete's fishing business. As a result, full stop. As a result, the couple and the prophetess became quite close, and so she visited them often. She often sometimes accompanied Nitete on his fishing treks to sell his wares. Look at that. If you're a prophet, that doesn't mean that you should go along, you should walk going along with him in his business. You can smell something there, even that alone. That alone will make any intelligent person smell something. You are supposed to be at your shrine, and he will contact you. Not you for you to leave your shrine and go and board the boat with him, or even not, if not, go to the market to sell wares with him. What does that mean? So I think the wife has a point. Okay, to sell his wares. About 4 months ago, Tete was said to have sent Botioko to call the prophetess for him one Tuesday evening. When PNP contacted Botioko, she confirmed the story and said further that after she had gone to fetch the prophetess as her husband demanded, she went out to buy food. On her return, the lights oh my God. I haven't forgotten it, but let me read. On her return, the lights inside their room were put off, but the outside lights were on. According to her, she peeps. According to her, she peeped through the window and saw her husband and his prophetess making love. But Telko pointed out that she felt so embarrassed to see the woman of God. The woman of God she so revered, do such a thing, not full stop. Notwithstanding, she maintained her composure till the prophetess left. When he picked it up with her husband, I think it should be when she picked it up. Okay, let me correct it. When she picked it up with her husband, who also put up a bold face till the prophetess left. Till the prophetess left, when she when she picked it up with her husband, who also put up a bold face. He has done the wrong thing already, so why wouldn't she look bold? She has satisfied himself. He's gotten what he wanted. So why does he look guilty before you? You are the wife. You will make the face bold. He will deal with you. Don't joke with intimacy between man and woman. Huh? Okay, or between people of the opposite sex. Okay, who also put up a bold face. The worried woman said she reported the matter to her father-in-law, Ni Yaboy, who summoned Sonny to demand the veracity in the allegation. According to her, Sonny confirmed the story and said he intended marrying the prophetess when he got enough money. But Tioko, you see the reason he's given. Huh? You have to be caught before you say you intend marrying the woman. Why don't you announce this for everybody to know before doing the deal? Criminals always have answers for their acts, reasonable or unreasonable. Okay. Then he got enough when he got enough money. Botiako told the PMP that Sonny used to sleep with the prophetess until about 3 weeks ago when he packed his belongings and went to live with her, thus vacating the home. Abba! Eh? Just leave your wife and then go and be sleeping with somebody else. Huh? I think women have problems. I sympathize with them. Hmm? Thus vacating his home. She said about 2 months ago in a linguist from the a linguist about 2 months ago, a linguist from the Jamestown Municipality summoned her to the palace. According to her, when she got there, she was asked to pay 100,000 for the case to be heard. But when she told her husband about it, he refused to pay the amount. However, her father-in-law, Niboye, paid the money to enable the case to be heard. When Niboye was contacted, he confirmed the story and the payment of the money. He confessed the story and the payment of the money to ensure commencement of the hearing. Full stop. He said that when the issue was first reported to him, he sent for the prophetess, but she failed to turn up, claiming that she does not attend to ordinary people. Amburu. Criminals are bold. Oh. Don't joke with criminals, especially when it comes to sex. Eh? We've seen it before. I've watched it on video, in a video here on YouTube. A woman cheating in her husband's room. When the husband saw them and opened the door, without anything, the two of them, the husband and the boyfriend, jumped on the man to finish him. Yes, don't joke with intimacy like that. They will do anything. They don't even they won't even think about it to finish him. Unfortunately, the man had a knife, and he knifed the man until he ran out naked. The woman continued with the man. Oh, he silenced her there. I don't know what's happened to him now, but people say we were taking him to court. I say, well, if there are judges, they will defend him. You know, sleeping with somebody and then wanting to kill, sleeping with somebody's wife and wanting to kill him at the same time. And you, the wife too, you know that's the husband. You want to kill your husband because of off time or off marriage sex. So I love Islam. I love Islam because no, mingling with women is no good. Because eye contact alone is something. It's enough to kindle a fire. Just eye contact, nothing. Eye contact. is enough to kindle a fire between man and woman. Oh my God. Uh, Next story. Thief woman burns down lover's belongings. Oh, this love story, love sex story. Okay, let's read it. Okay, that story was given by Stephen Lemuel. The past story, the one I've just finished, was given by Stephen Lemuel. So, Stephen, if you are viewing, this is your story. The next story was given by Stella Gune. The next story was given by Stella Gune. Okay, let's go. Fifth woman burns down lover's belongings. Miss Beanie Spencer, 20, a hairdresser, on November 19, 2002, set her fiancé's home on fire, destroying all his personal belongings. Full stop. Mr. Zifa Zidodo, 25, a resident of Kuntunse near Amasamai, Accra, returned home from work only to find that his room had been gutted by fire. Full stop. Paragraph. Upon his own enquiries, he was informed that Beatrice had come around while he was out, and a report was immediately made to the police, leading to her arrest. Uh, in her caution statement, she admitted the offense, explaining that she did that because the daughter refused to spend the night with her. Kai! I said, don't joke with sex. Pardon me. Eh? Oh my God. To spend the night with her. Full stop. Prosecution at the Amasaman Public Tribunal disclosed that both the complainant and the accused were lovers, but they had been separated for about 9 months. Okay, I think the woman was stabbed. Hmm? On the day of on the day of tragedy at about 8:30 p.m., Benis, a resident of Suotuom, Accra, went to visit the daughter. When she did not meet him, she what two is this? Okay, let me remove one two. When she did not meet him, she went to his brother's house. It was written here went. She went to her brother's house to wait for him. When the daughter saw her there, however, he became annoyed and left her despite pleas to allow her to spend the night with him. How can you uh, refuse a woman to get a woman, to sleep with a woman? Hmm? Okay. To refuse, please to allow her to spend the night with him. So people are now pleading for the man to have sex, pleading to the man to have sex with the woman. Oh my God. Okay, next paragraph. Bernice, who was bent on spending the night with her lover, perhaps to make peace, followed him to his house, only to meet an empty house. This rather made her very angry, following which she picked a stick, which she used in destroying the netting of Isidore's window, to make it possible for her to carry out the task she had in mind. People don't play with sex. Instead of following the scriptures, going by the scriptures, marry. If you can't marry, if you don't marry, then comport yourself, restrain yourself. Hmm? We can't restrain ourselves, and we won't marry. Hmm? Or even if you are married, you still have to restrain yourself to carry out the task she had in mind. To carry out the task she had in mind. Paragraph. The prosecutor hinted that Bernice managed to secure a box of matches, dipped the stick she used to destroy the netting into kerosene, lit it, and threw the burning stick into the room. Women are wise, oh. After which she left the scene. The raging fire engulfed his clothes, mattress, furniture, and other personal effects, including an amount of 1.8 million cedis, which he had kept under his pillow. Full stop. Paragraph. Last paragraph. Yes, last paragraph. Now Zitoto, who has been rendered homeless, is putting up with his friends. While Ben is a native of Anexo, Togo, has been granted bail to appear on December 16, 2002. This is a lesson to everybody. Like I said, these are signs. These are signs from God. And they are lessons for us to follow. Whenever sex is concerned, don't. You try to separate two people who love each other. Eh? Put one put one at the North Pole. Put the other at the South Pole. I'll tell you, they will find a way to meet. Telephone or no telephone. Eh? Put one North Pole. Put the woman at the North Pole and put the man at they will meet. They will find a way to meet. Thieved woman burns. Okay, that we've done it. Pastor and houseboy grabbed for theft. Can you imagine that? Okay, let's see. Let's read that. Members of the Deeper Life Church, not even a church, but Deeper Life. Okay, members of the Deeper Life Church in Anomanyin, a suburb of Kumasi, were stunned to the core when their pastor, Mr. Batuya Opoku, and his houseboy, Charles Ajay, were arrested on Thursday, November 28, 2002, for allegedly stealing a generator. So you see, when these churches come with good names, holy names, meaningful names, and people are rushing there, evil people take advantages. This fellow cannot be called a pastor. He's only taken advantage of the good name of the church, Deeper Life, and working his way through to become a pastor. And he was also he's classified as a pastor. But actually he is not. For me, he was not a pastor of Deeper Life. I attended Deeper Life Church before. And I love their hymns. I'm not shying away from saying that, because the hymns were the songs of David, alayhi salam. And theologians, researchers say when David could sing, said that birds will come and perch on trees to listen to his speech, and could even die of hunger because of the voice of David. So the hymns were good. I used to enjoy the hymns in Deeper Life Church. I can't mince words about that. But the Quran goes further than Deeper Life. Anyway, I don't say Deeper Life is not good. So let's see. Allegedly stealing a generator, the man of God, Pastor Matthew Opoku, is alleged to have condoned and connived with his houseboy, Charles Ajay, in stealing a generator valued at 22 million cedis from the house of a businesswoman who also lives in the same area with the two culprits. So, well, the story is very difficult to understand because we don't know his relationship. That's the pastor's relationship with that woman. They might have some relationship. Anyway, let's go on. For their offense, both pastor and houseboy are currently standing trial before the Kumasi Circuit Tribunal, chaired by his honor, Mr. Vincent Carl Senu, on charges of conspiracy to steal and stealing. Narrating the disgraceful episode before the court, the prosecutor, Chief Inspector Fabian Afesi, related that the complainant in the case, Madam Comfort Achampong, the businesswoman, asked Pastor Opoku's houseboy Charles Ajay to dig a manhole for her in her house. According to the prosecutor, Pastor Opoku had earlier allegedly informed his houseboy to find out for him the price of a generator and who he would get one from, since he wanted one to buy, as he, the houseboy, often went round other people's houses to work. PMP gathered that on November 17, 2002, the houseboy informed the pastor that he had spotted a a nice generator that he would bring it to him for inspection. How? You spotted a nice generator in somebody's house, and you will bring the generator to your pastor for inspection. Alaji Kokode, where are you? But I will take your place. Barau Banza. Eh? Okay, that he would bring it to him for inspection. The prosecutor continued that on Wednesday, November 27, 2002, and at about 2 a.m. in the night, the houseboy and his alleged friend Yao Boachi, now at large, took possession of the generator from the businesswoman's house to the pastor's house. The pastor, it was said, who showed interest in buying it, directed the houseboy to keep it at a safer place so that he could negotiate with his friend. His friend Boachi the next day, since the hour was odd to transact business. Okay. On the next day, November 28, 2002, the pastor bargained and had it 10 million CDs, which said to be 22, 22 million CDs. Let me take that again. On the next day, November 28, 2002, the pastor bargained and had it 10 million CDs, which said to be 2 million CDs. I can't understand that. Maybe viewers, you can understand that, but I just read what I see. Okay, let's see. He then promised to pay for it later. As fate may have it, the pastor and the houseboy were arrested at the time they were trying to put the generator at a safer place to be used later. Mr. Yaobachi, the houseboy's supposed friend in the case, however, bolted. Chief Inspector Ofesi said the houseboy confirmed that the whole deal was hatched with the full consent of Pastor Matthew Opoku, who pleaded not guilty to the offense. The court has since granted the pastor a 25 million CD bail with 2 sureties to be justified, while the houseboy has been remanded in prison custody to appear before the court at a later date. Stay tuned. By Ohene Pastor Kumasi. I think this Ohene Foster, I know him. So in any case, Ohene Foster, if you are listening, we've read your story. Mechanic grabbed for attempted murder. Rejoinder. I don't think we read this story. So, okay, let me just read the first paragraph or two. I act for and behalf of my client, Mr. Samuel Ahin of Accra, and I write this letter on his instructions. My client has referred your story with the above heading, written by one Simon Derrick of your paper, to me with instructions to reply same. My instructions are that it is never true that he attempted to butcher his own sister, Matilda Abnadako, your own words. Indeed, it is true that there have been some problems between my client and his sister for some time over the operations of the filling station, but never had any client taken a cutlass to threaten his sister. I think some of these reporters just write anything they like. They write on imaginations and anything that they think of. Yeah, okay. So Let's see if we can do one story. Exfoliating. The best way to define a shape blouse. This column is for women. Maybe I can skip through it. I've read them. The best way to define and shape brows. Then exfoliating is also for women. Lifestyle changes for weight loss before. This page is for women. I don't say that it doesn't matter, but maybe we should go to stories that will satisfy everybody. Coping with life. What men hate. Yes. Uh, I would love this column. Of course, it's also for women, but let's see if we can go somewhere before it's too late. Okay. One, Coping with Life, What Men Hate by Rose Hansey. I'm glad it's a woman who wrote it. One, when women talk about former lovers, a man complains, I've been going out with Susie for over a year now, and she is still talking about her. And she's still talking about her ex-boyfriend. So if you have a boy, if you have a woman, and the woman is always talking about her ex-boyfriend, how would you feel? So Rose, you are right. Rose Hansen. If I do something better than he did, she compensates. If I do something like he did, she gets angry at me and at him. I feel like there are three of us in this relationship. Yes, one absent. Eh? The third one is absent. That's the former boyfriend or husband. I don't know. Okay. I wish she would have forgotten over. I wish she would have gotten over him completely before we got together because it is driving me crazy. This is a man complaining. Mm. Another man's view is I hate it when women bring up their past sexual experiences. Some also like it. Okay, only when they hear it, they feel bitter. If a woman brings a past sexual experiences to me, after listening to it, I may feel bitter. I may say, hey. Eh, okay. Um, Another man's view, I hate it when women bring up their past sexual experiences. I mean, I don't kid myself that I am going out with a virgin, but I don't really want to hear about how big or small his other guy's dick was, or even what a lousy lover someone else was. It turns me off to think about all of the men my partner slept with. So these are views of women, and Rosansi is uh, gathering them to advise other women. Okay, ladies, it is time to face the truth. Your partner does not want to hear about the men you have been with before him. You have been with before him. He may tolerate it when you bring the subject up. He may even appear curious, but inside he is turned off. Ruth, I salute you. Good advice for by a woman to women. Okay, reasons why men hate it. One, he thinks that you have lousy taste in men. Mm. When you say bad things about your former partners, your man unconsciously thinks these guys sound like jerks. Is this the kind of taste in men she has? Does that mean that I am in the company of jerks? Am I a jerk and don't know it? So this is what goes on in the minds of men when they hear their women talk about their former uh, boyfriends. Am I a jerk and don't know it? Then two, He sees the angry, vengeful side of you. Yes. The man sees the angry, vengeful side of you and wonder he if he is your next target. Yes. When you complain about a column, when you complain about how terrible your former boyfriend or husband was, you think you think your man will feel happy that you dislike your ex so much. But instead, he is coming face to face with the angry, forgiving part of your personality, and this frightens men. It's a point. So, where are the women? Where are your ears? The women, where are your ears? Listen well. Do this. Open your ears. Your fellow woman is saying it. I am not saying it. Okay. Two, uh-huh, your personality, and this frightens men. They are very sensitive to criticism. When your partner sees you being that critical, even though it is towards another man, he may unconsciously conclude, conclude, and inverted commas, if she can feel this much anger towards someone she used to love, maybe she can do the same with me. Maybe I should not trust her love. Bracket, inverted commas close. As one man put it, as one man put it, each time my girlfriend rips her ex-husband apart, I feel myself tensing up, even defending the guy. I know her anger towards him is justified, but I guess I am afraid that she will turn on me someday. 3. He feels angry with you for being such a wimp and, and letting yourself be mistreated. How can my girlfriend be so stupid and let her ex-husband treat her so badly? Uh-huh. This is the thinking of men. One man explained that. That's the explanation of one man. When you make your ex-partner sound like a monster, it makes your present partner wonder what kind of a woman you are to have let a man so mistreat you. Okay. Uh, why women do this? Okay. We have unresolved feelings about past relationships and feel safe enough with our present partners to vent the feelings. Full stop. It's important to heal the anger and blame your and blame you. Sorry. It is important to heal the anger and blame you carry around inside you. But the best person to help you work through these emotions may not be your partner. Yeah, I agree. Maybe your mom or your sister or your aunt. Okay. Or your sister or your aunt. Okay. It's easy to make this mistake, especially when you start a new relationship and feel more loved than you ever have before. All that love makes you feel safe enough to open up. Uh, to open up and release the old pain. Yeah, to open up and release the old pain. You may end up feeling better, but you risk turning your partner off in the process. Two, uh, we use our criticism of former lovers as a sneaky way to tell our new partner how we would like him to treat us. I think this is what is the mind of the women who complain about former relationships or former relations. I just hated the way Jim never bought me little cars or gifts unless it was my birthday. He was so unromantic. A woman makes this remark to her new boyfriend about her former lover. Translation: buy me cards and gifts if you know what is good for you. Of course. Uh, time will be against us. So viewers, we'll stop here and carry it to the next video. And when we get there, God willing, we will start with solution. Rose Hansi is giving us solution to these problems. And that's where we'll start. That's what we'll start in our next video. And even the story is not finished. It's that to be continued. But anyway, we'll go to the solutions. Maybe the story, the continuation of the story may be with me or not. But that will, I think I like this section because it is very helpful to both men and women. So let's call it a day. Thank you very much. Bye bye.